right, boys and girls, it's a new week and we are starting a new unit in math. Today we are starting topic 1, lesson 1. So these past 2 weeks of school, we've been working on topic 14 in volume 2 of our workbook. So now we are going back and we are working out of workbook volume 1. Volume 1. We are starting on page 5, topic lesson 1, lesson 1. So if you need to pause the video to make sure you have the right workbook and book, please do so. Again, this is topic 1, lesson 1, page 5, workbook volume 1. Okay, so we are going to get started. We are working on the solve and share. So this is on page 5 of your volume 1 workbook, page 5. And we are going to be working to solve problems about adding. So solving problems using addition. So here is our problem. So it says 4 dogs. So we have 4 dogs over here. It says some dogs join in. How many dogs do we have now? And it wants us to show how we solve. So boys and girls, this is a little bit of a tricky question. It really doesn't give us much information, but it wants us to think. So it gave us a given. It says we have 4 dogs to begin with. So I know I have 4 dogs. It says some dogs join in. It doesn't say 2 dogs, 3, 4. It just says some join these 4 dogs. Then it wants us to answer how many dogs are there now. So boys and girls, you could do a couple things for this question. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to draw my 4 dogs. And since Mrs. Collier is not that great at drawing, I am just going to draw 4 circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These represent these 4 dogs. Okay? Then I'm going to put a plus sign. This means addition. I'm going to add. So it says some dogs join in. So now since there wasn't an exact number given to me, I could virtually add as many dogs as I would like. But of course I'm not going to add so many that it fills up my entire paper and I don't have any room to work. So I think I'm just going to add 2 dogs. Said 2 dogs join in. And I can do that because it just tells me that some dogs joined. So you can add as many dogs as you want. So I started with 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs. I just added 2 more. So 4, 5, 6. So now I have 6 dogs total. Oh, sorry, boys and girls. Guess it won't connect all the way down there on my screen. So I have 6 dogs total. Now, if you wanted 3 dogs to join, or 5, or 6, then you would draw your plus sign and you would draw the circles for how many dogs, but then you have to add up that number. So what Mrs. Collier did, I drew a representation of the 4 dogs. I added the sum of some dogs because it didn't give us a number, so remember I could do as many as I want. I added 2, so 4 plus 2 gave me 6. So I have 6 dogs now. All right, boys and girls, now if you turn your workbook page over to page 6, at the top of it, it's just like our lessons we've done before where it has a video for us to watch. We are going to watch that video together. Again, we are on page 6 of the workbook. Just that top section is about the video.
There are 5 cats. 2 cats join. How many cats are there now? You can use cubes to show cats. There are 5 cats at the beginning of the story. Then 2 cats join them. How can you find out how many cats there are now? Select your answer.
All right, boys and girls, so if we started with 5 cats at the beginning of our story, and now 2 cats have joined them, are we going to be adding cats and adding blocks, or are we taking cats away and taking away blocks? We are going to add.
Add 5 and 2 to find how many cats there are now. You can count to add.
All right, boys and girls, so it wants us to drag 2 cubes to the right side of the mat to show how many in all. So right now I have 5 cubes. It wants me to drag these 2 over. Did you notice how the number at the top of my mat changes when I added a cube? So I started with 5, now I'm at 6. So when I add this cube, that number is going to change to what, boys and girls? 7. Awesome.
Write the sum. 5 plus 2 equals 7. That means 5 plus 2 is the same as 7. There are 7 cats now.
On our workbook page 6, so on the same page we were on when we started the video, in the Convince Me section, it says, how do cubes help you solve the problem? So our problem, it was 5 cats, 2 cats join. How do cubes help you find how many cats there are now? So what it's asking us is how, by using cubes, does that help you count cats? Well, let's think about this. I know since we're not in class, not everybody has access to cubes or can use the cubes. But if you could, how do you think the cubes would help you know and count how many cats there are? What do you think? So what we could say for this answer choice, boys and girls, and if you want to write something else, that's okay. But where it says, how do cubes help you find how many cats there are now? I'm going to say, I know 1 cube is equal to 1 cat. Because if you remember, boys and girls, we were using cubes to represent the number of cats in the video. So how do cubes help you find how many cats there are? Well, I know 1 cube is equal to 1 cat. That is how I know and how it helps me count them. All right, same page, still on page 6, but we are on the guided practice, meaning we are going to do this together. Okay, it wants us to solve and use cubes to help. Well, boys and girls, we know that since we are online, we can't do everything that everyone does in class. So if you don't have cubes, that's okay. Mrs. Collier won't use cubes either, so it's fair. Okay, let's look at number 1. Number 1, so it says 3 cows. So we have a picture of 1, 2, 3 cows. Then it says 3 cows join. So there's 3 more cows here. So this has already been done for us. So it wants us to look at this and trace it. So all we did was take 3, which was our first beginning 3 cows, plus, there's our addition sign, 3. We got this number 3 from the 3 cows that joined. So this was the first set of cows, second set of cows, equals, and then it says 6. So we got all of these numbers. The first 3 was from these 3 cows. The second 3 was from the 3 cows that joined after that. And when you add 3 plus 3, it equals 6. So fill in this section of your workbook. So I'm putting 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 cows. Good job. Okay, let's try number 2 together. So it says 2 birds. So I have these cute little birds here. 6 birds join. That's a lot of birds. How many birds now? All right, boys and girls. So we just modeled this example over here together. So now let's use this question to fill in these blanks. So how many birds did we start with? How many birds did we start with? We began with 2 birds. So I'm going to write 2 here. Now these circles are where they want you to put these signs. And when I say signs, I mean plus signs, minus signs, equal signs, and so on. So if I had 2 birds and 6 birds joined them, we added. So I'm going to put this addition symbol here. And how many birds joined us? 6 birds joined us. So we had 2 birds plus 6 birds. We're going to write equal to. So now we need to add 2 plus 6. So you can do this by counting on your fingers. You can count blocks if you have them. If you need to write it down, whatever the best way is for it. Mrs. Collier likes to count on her fingers. 2 fingers up already. I need to add 6 more. I'm going to raise 6 more fingers. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my answer here is 8. All right, boys and girls, now I want you to try on number 3. I want you to try this one by yourself. So if you begin with 4 bees and 4 more bees join those bees, how many do you have now? So let's start here. Remember, down here on this line is where it wants you to fill in your equation. So on this line, I'm going to write how many bees did I begin with? So how many bees did I start with? In the circle, I'm going to write the sign. So 4 bees joined me, so I need to write the addition symbol. So write the addition symbol. Mine looks a little messy. There's your addition symbol. How many bees joined the original number? So put how many you started with on this line, plus how many joined. And that's equal to how many bees do you have total? So these pictures are nice. You can either count how many birds and bees are here. So in this one we have bees, so you can count each of them. You can use your fingers, whichever way works best for you. You're going to do the same on number 4. We have 3 ladybugs, and then 6 ladybugs join us. So it wants to know how many bugs now. So you're going to write how many bugs you began with, plus how many bugs joined you, is equal to how many ladybugs you have total. And again, you can count how many you have by the pictures, count on your fingers, use blocks, whatever is best for you to count. On number 5, it tells us to solve the problem. Draw a picture to help. Our main question is how many ducks in all? So how many what? Just the ducks. So it wants you to add up how many only ducks are in all. It wants you to write that number there on the line. All right, boys and girls, we are on page 8 of our workbook. We are on the last page. Last page. So number 6 says vocabulary. 3 dogs, 4 dogs join. So it says add to find the sum. So the sum, this word also means the total. So it's saying add to find the total or sum. And we use sum when we are using additions, when we are adding things. So just how we wrote our numbers and addition signs and equal signs in our last problems, we're going to do the same. So write how many dogs you began with on this line. You're adding, so put the symbol for addition here. The number of how many dogs joined goes here on this line. Write the equal sign. And then add together how many dogs in total on this line. The same for number 7. So you have 8 cats. 1 cat joins you. How many cats do you have now? So on this line, you're going to write how many cats you began with. So how many cats did you begin with? 1 was added, so write the addition symbol here. How many cats joined you? So we said 1 cat joined. In this symbol, you're going to write the equal sign. And on this line, how many cats do you have total now? Number 8. Oh, this is another higher order thinking. Gonna make your brain really work. It says make up an addition story about the birds. You can use pictures, numbers, or words. So boys and girls, when it says that, means you can make whatever you want for your addition story. And you can use pictures, numbers, or words. So boys and girls, to get you started on this one, I see how many birds right here. Count how many birds are right here. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 birds. And then it looks like 1 is coming to join them. So if you have 3 here and 1 coming to join them, you can make your addition story about those birds. Number 9, our last one. Okay, so we have 5 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it says 3 frogs join. 1, 2, 3. So it's asking us how many frogs do we have now? So boys and girls, when you are looking at your answer choices down here, it's very important to remember, what did we start with? How many frogs did we start with? And how many frogs joined us? So look at your answer choices. Does it have the same number of frogs you began with and that joined? When you find your answer choice, you're going to fill in the letter bubble that represents your answer choice.